Hi, my name is Yasu, and I live in Japan. And in my channel, I do Hitorigoto. It's a Japanese word, and it means talking to myself. It's a vlog talking about me talking about things that happened to me, I guess. Um, Today, I want to talk about my progress on my depression treatment, which is um, which is like I don't know what that is. So basically, progress of my journey to deal with my depression treatment and everything. So at this point, I've been doing the treatment for my depressions and then sleep issues for 2 years and then 5 months. And I stopped taking Effexor, which is the antidepressant, completely, and I don't take it for 8 months already so far. And 3 months ago, my doctor, psychiatrist, and then therapist and I discussed, and then we came to kind of mutual conclusions that officially I'm done with my depression treatment. I still go to see my psychiatrist once a month, and I keep doing it until next March, which is gonna be exactly 1 year since I stopped taking Effexor. The reason that I plan to do so is because the relapse rate for people who stopped taking antidepressant within 1 year, I think that was like 60% or 50%. It's actually really high. And based on what I have gone through, I can really understand why the relapse rate is that high. Because stop taking antidepressant, the final battle begins from that point, which is we have to fight with our withdrawal symptoms, and our body and brain needs to find a way to cope with it, as well as uh, we need to find the new balance without those kind of medications. And our body and brain are actually amazing. It has amazing capacity to adapt, but it takes time. And then there's a lot of pain and uncomfortable um, symptoms to go through, and also psychological state that, oh, I thought I was getting better, but now I'm suffering from this kind of situations. How long does it last? I feel like I'm breaking down. It's such a scary thing to actually go through. And it actually, for in my case, it lasted a lot longer than originally I thought. And especially it disturbed my sleep a lot. So it was really a lot to go through. But anyway, what I was talking about? Yeah, so like, yeah, officially, I'm no longer depressed. I'm not really treating my depression anymore. Right now, I'm focusing on the maintain. I'm going through the maintain stage right now, and also I am focusing on my sleep and then how to taper off the sleeping pill, which is I take dayvigo, and then this month I reduce it from 10 milligram to 7.5 milligram per night. So um, this month it's an amazing month for me. in terms of sleep. Um, Usually, whenever I reduced sleeping pills, first couple of days, I suffered from withdrawal symptoms like um, disturbed sleep patterns, like the quality is not that good, or like I woke up like early, I kept waking up, like hard time to fall asleep. But this time, even I reduced it from 10 milligram to 7.5 milligram per day, nothing happened. And actually, almost every night, I slept peacefully longer, like 8 hours and 9 hours, and quality was so good. And for the first time in like 2 years and in 5 months, I was like, my sleep finally came back. I could sleep like without any kind of issues. And then when I wake up, I feel so energized, feeling so refreshed. And it just kept happening. And then I kind of felt that, oh, this could be the sign that I'm fully recovered from my depression. I was very happy. Um, it was just so amazing. And I learned from my mistakes in the past, which is uh, before when I was able to have amazing sleep, like 7 days consecutively, I was making my own decisions to kind of reduce more amount of sleeping pills. And then I regret it because usually that came out that I started to having disturbed sleep patterns and so on. And that gave me a lesson that my body and the brain needs a lot of time to readjust everything and get used to a new environments or new dose of sleeping pills and everything. And then probably sometimes like a week or so, I would feel much better, but it doesn't guarantee that it would stay that way. There's ups and downs in terms of the sleep and in terms of my psychological state, mood swing. So for me, all I could do and all I do is just keep everything the same, regardless if it's good or bad or just okay. So that I could have more ways to actually figure out what might be happening to me, because if I constantly changing those variables, then it's really hard for me to kind of figure out what might be causing good night sleep or what might be causing me to have disturbed sleep and so on. And also, it would be hard for my doctors to give me guidances and advice. So I kept the same this time. And then for the one month, I really didn't have any issues with my sleep. It's just so amazing. In terms of withdrawal symptoms from not taking Effexor anymore, tinnitus is still here, but the intensity is not bad. So when I woke up, I could feel tinnitus and everything, but not as loud as it used to be. And then usually when I woke up and I start taking shower and I start doing work and everything, I forget. So that really showed that the tinnitus is not that bad anymore, which is a very good sign. And the other kind of visual symptoms, I don't experience that as far as I'm aware of. But one thing which was very unexpected and hard to deal with, also hard to accept, which is I think my brain capacity or brain power has been how do I put this way? My brain doesn't work as much as it used to, and which is something that I guess I was not ready for, or like, and I failed to gather informations about how it is for those people who go through depression treatment, and then once they finish it, after 1 year or after 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, what would happen to them? Except the relapse rate, though. I didn't really gather much information, and still I was trying to like look for it, but like I cannot really find that much information. That is why it was quite shocking and surprising for me to really experience that my brain power, my brain doesn't process informations as much as it used to. And it's just, I cannot focus for longer time. Well, my brain doesn't have enough stamina to get through a long exam. So specifically, how I found out is that so this year I decided to take like realtor exam in this country, Japan, which is once a year, and it's a national license, and I think passing rate is 18% or 17%. And for my work and also my personal interest and everything, I was like, okay, let's get the license. It's useful. So I started to studying since this April. I actually even set it as my set as my New Year's resolutions. I was studying while I was suffering from visual symptoms by stop taking Effexor, which was the horrible experience. I couldn't memorize a lot of information easily. I had to just do many things over and over, but still, it was so hard for me to remember or memorize a lot of things. And I don't I realized that my brain, or like didn't and I don't have mental capacity or mental stamina to focus longer time. So like I can focus for like 30 minutes, but not that longer. It was just so frustrating. But I just kept going and doing, and then hoping that, oh, maybe this is because of the withdrawal symptoms, and then once it gets better, then I can memorize better and I can just focus longer. But unfortunately, it was not that case. even visual symptoms got better, but like I couldn't and I still can't memorize as easily as I was able to do before. And like when I was taking exams, like sample exams and everything, I can really feel like my brain was working super, super slowly, frustrating, and it's scary because this is not the brain that I remember. And but the exam date came, which is October 17th. It's a 2 hours exam. It's just uh, so I was just taking the exam. 1 hour later, my brain started to refuse taking the exam. I kept reading the questions, answers, and everything, which one is correct, trying to figure out. But my brain literally stopped taking information. So I couldn't really understand what's written. I got freaked out. And I was remembering the feel. I remember the feeling because um, a few months before I was officially diagnosed as depression, that was like one of the symptoms or things that was happening to me was when I was reading like work emails or I was reading a book, I couldn't tell what's actually written there. I was reading Japanese, I was reading English, but I just couldn't figure out what's written. It's really that scary. But when I gave myself a little bit rest and then tried to read it, I was able to read it. But that was really the sign that I was getting really depressed. And I remember the feeling, and then the same thing happened when I was taking the exam. Freaked me out. And there's nothing that I could do. It's just I closed my eyes, took some, deep breathing in a little bit, and then just try to read it one by one, solve the questions one by one. And I was able to just push myself and finish all of the questions literally on time. It's quite interesting. Like my brain was giving, really giving up on me, and so yeah. But luckily, I passed. So which is good for me. But at the same time, it was one of the clear recognitions how different it is for me now compared to my depression. Because before my depressions, like memorizing, studying, learning something new, I never had an issue. And also, whenever I took exam and everything, yeah, I get tired after I finish taking it, but not during the exams. Never experienced that my brain refusing to take information and then process that information to figure out which one is right, which one is wrong. Never happened during the examinations in my entire life until October 2025. So this is a clear change that I could really say loud that after depression treatment or after depression, this is the one big change that I am experiencing. And I can really say that this was not the way before I got depressed. I got depressed. So I'm doing, I'm really getting myself involved into intensive physical activity like CrossFit, and I even hire my personal trainer to build muscle. So like I do CrossFit twice a week. I work out with my personal trainer twice a week. So I'm really physically active right now because I don't know how to use my body anymore. And also like learning something that I couldn't do, but being able to start doing it slowly give me confidence, as well as it feels good to exercise. And then especially after CrossFit, I cannot stand up. I feel like I'm dying because I cannot catch my breath. But the feeling, I feel like I'm touching my soul. Sounds weird, but that's how I feel and I like it. But also that really gave me opportunity to assess my condition. But now after like studying for the exam and especially taking that exam showed me that learning, studying, and then taking exams, that would give me an opportunity to assess my brain health from different angle. So I am already studying for something else, both in Japanese and in English, which is gives me a lot of understanding about my condition, like my brain's condition, which is really bad. And I don't even know if it can improve or not. But at least by doing so, that's gonna give me a chance to just assess what's going on with me. So it's good that I passed the exam, and also it's good that I know another way other than doing CrossFit and then work out to assess my brain health. But it was quite frustrating and it's scary for me to really acknowledge that my brain capacity is not as good as it used to be. It's really frightening. And I'm not even sure if I can really get it back. And no one has ever told me this would happen. So, something new to learn. But it really confirms that no one should suffer from depression. It's a scary condition. It's a long time to go through. It requires a lot of changes, and even after officially finish the treatment, still there's a lot of after effects. And this really changes my life entirely, and I'm sure this really changes other people's life entirely as well. So if you're not depressed, please stay that way. And if you're stressed out or something, stay away, run away, because it's just not worth suffering from depressions. And once you suffer, no one else can actually help you. Even so many people hope and wishes to help you, but depression is, it's a scary thing because no matter how many people want to help you or how many people want to help us, we feel we are alone and we need to fight this by ourselves. Because especially for those people who do not suffer from depressions, they would literally they would never understand what we have gone through. And it's good that they don't go through, or they wouldn't understand because they shouldn't. And for us, um, um, we can only do this little by little and figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and just improve it little by little. And eventually, we're gonna get better. It's gonna get stabilized, but it will never be the same. So don't get depressed. So anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. If you happen to be the person who finished depression treatment, and let's say it's been 1 year or 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and if you feel comfortable, please share your current situation, because I'm really curious if my brain capacity, if I ever will be able to get it back, or I might need to have to kind of accept that this is just the way it is for me, and then I need to find a way to cope with it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please stay healthy and take care of yourself. For now, John, bye bye.